Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well and welcome to what could be a very interesting video. We are heading to the Associated Championships at Vale Equestrian in Leicestershire. We are taking Milo Moo. This is going to be his first stay away bigger championship. He did our local area festival at our local venue, and that in itself was eye-opening. So it's going to be a very interesting one. I'm actually, for the test, riding him, even if he spins around, gallops back off up the arena, I can't lie, that does not bother me. I am so anxious about stabling him. He's been once to my trainer's yard and we put him in the stable and he was horrendous. Like, bearing in mind, this was like 6 months, maybe a year ago, I'm not really sure now, but a while ago, and oh my god, it was so bad. So, well, not even so bad, he doesn't do anything nasty, he just box walks and it drives me crazy. He's a very stressy horse, he's very sensitive, he's very sharp. So it's going to be insightful, but we have to do these things in order to move forward. So as much as it might be one not to write home about, but I'm going to do it anyway. So this could involve quite a few tears. Even though I'm prepared, I still feel like if it goes really bad, I might cry with the stress. But yeah, it is what it is. We've got to go and do these because if he's ever going to grow up and be a big dressage horse, he's got to go and learn to do this sort of thing, and hopefully, I can't get my reins and I don't want him to canter off with me. Hopefully this will be a good learning experience for him and we will progress from here. So I have ridden Milo now. He was actually very well behaved. And we are now going to start bath time proceedings. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. I am too lazy today to wash his body and he's pretty clean, but as he's clipped I'm just going to hot cloth him with the Tours hot oil. This is in Tutti Frutti flavour. Is it a flavour or a scent? Scent, I guess. Oh my god, it just smells so good. You know, anyone used to have juicy fruits like bubblegum or chewing gum, whatever it was, that is what it smells like. So I'm going to hot oil him with that, or hot cloth him, however you want to say it. And then I'm going to scrub his legs and any particularly bad bits with the Happy Equine Radiant Blue shampoo. And then this is literally my favourite product ever. It's been living outside, so that's why it's covered in leaves. But this is the Lifting and Nourishing Wax Balm, again from Happy Equine. I am a brand advocate. But yeah, this is literally my favourite product ever. I'll take a before and after of Milo, but particularly his mane. Pay close attention because this transforms it. His mane's a little bit hard to see because it's white, but it brings it up so clean. It really like lifts the dirt. It does what it says on the tin. It really lifts the dirt out from, like, you know, right at the top of their mane, and it's just disgusting. And it gets it all out. It's so good. So I'm going to use those to actually wash him. So this is what we're dealing with pre-bath time. His legs are gross, his feet are gross, his back legs are even worse, his belly is disgusting. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was. Oh, what are you looking at me like that for? Good boy. This is the mane before. That's what I mean, like up in there. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's so gross at the top. But yeah. That handsome. Let's take a little scoot around the other side. His tail's covered in mud. His tail should not be brown. Look at that. Look at that. Handsome. Here's the handsome boy, exhausted after all his efforts standing there while I wash him. He looks better, definitely. He Still wet, obviously, but significantly improved. Oh, he's so handsome. He'll dry better too, but I'm gonna go and get his rug on so that he can dry off all cozy in his stable. Good boy. Beep. I am also going to use the new Happy Equine new and improved instant detangler. This, you could wear it as perfume. I wish smell-o-vision was a thing. It literally, look at him. He loves it. No, don't bite it. But yeah, he literally, it smells so good. So I'm going to use that on his tail and mane. Look how much better his mane looks already. Having washed it with the wax, it's just not as white as it is in real life. You're not helping turning around like that. Oh, close up. But yeah, I haven't even sprayed the detangler yet. But it's so good. So handsome. A handsome boy. Thanks for that. Lovely. Thank you. Much appreciated. Strut. He's a weapon.
Arrived.
Thanks. We have safely arrived. Mum has gone to very kindly put his bed down for us because he doesn't really do standing by himself on the trailer. He can do it, but obviously this is a new place and I don't want to take my chances, so here he is. You're a good boy on the way, weren't you? Yeah, it's his longest journey ever. I think he's only done, like, apart from when he came to us as like a 7-month-old foal and he's now 6, I think the longest he'd done was like that, like since then has been like an hour maybe at the most, and it was 2 hours, just over 2 hours here, so he was so good. I think he's all tired now. I'm pleased he's eating. I was a bit worried about that because he didn't eat most of the way, looking on the camera, but yeah, I'm pleased. Good boy. I can't even begin to tell you how anxious I am to put him in this stable. Oh my god. It is what it is, isn't it? But he's watching a pony out the window now. I'll turn you around. We have a view of the outdoor arena which they're using today. This is our current slightly shady view. I think we need to clean it. What do you think? Do you think we need to clean it? Ooh. But yeah, watching some tests. Hearing the loudspeaker, which is a lot for him, but he's been really good because he's a good boy. Good boy. Very brave. Good boy. You're so good. It's okay. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Milo. Look how pretty the sky is here. Milo. Stay. So it's been a bit stressful since we've got here, or not even stressful, but you forget sometimes because we've had Archie, who loves staying away from home. He's so well behaved, and Ruff has been so good this year. He's settled in straight away wherever he's gone pretty much. Oh my god, I just bit my tongue. I forgot how crazy it is when you have a horse that you're like super panicked about, like not knowing what they're going to do and stuff. But he was really good. We got here, he stood quietly and waited, like you'll have seen. He went down to his stable. I let him have a bit of a stand and a look. I didn't want to like hurl him into the stable, if you know what I mean, like drag him in. I wanted it to like be his choice to come in. and that he wanted to be in there, so I waited and stuff until he was ready to come in, and then he went in. He's been a little bit jumpy, like with the noises and stuff of the other horses behind him and around him, but it's quite different for him because the stables here are like built up obviously on either side and around the back, whereas the stables at home he can get his head over and neck over to talk to the horses next door. He can see out the front. They're really open stables at home, so even that is really like quite scary for something like him that's so stressy. It's probably half the size of his stable at home too, so it's all things to take into consideration. So he's doing amazing. What else? Oh, I got on him and rode him. He was really good. He was a bit bolshy coming up into the yard to get on, because I thought I'd bring him up here away from the arenas because there's not loads of room and space down there, and I didn't want to have a like accident or a problem made worse by being in a confined space. So I brought him up here where there's loads of room, and he was good. I got on him after a couple of minutes doing like some turning of his quarters and stuff, so that he just calmed enough to stand for me to get on. Took him down, rode him. He was pretty good, to be honest. The stuff that we've been doing at home he responded to really well. He wasn't too tense, and when he got tense I could help him, which is good. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do that in tests, but these are all really beneficial things that we've worked on that are obviously therefore beginning to pay off and settle in his brain. Because I don't think anyone on YouTube will really have seen, but he has been so difficult. I've probably come in crying riding him most weeks, more than once a week, since I've been riding him. I obviously backed him myself, and he was so easy to back. But ever since then, since he like got turned away and came back into work, he's just been a really difficult horse. He's so sharp and he's really tense. But yeah, he's starting, fingers crossed, to knuckle down now. So yeah, rode him. He was a bit scared of the banners. I was able to stretch him, which I didn't think I'd be able to do or be brave enough to do, but I stretched him. He stretched really nicely. He was really good, and stretched, and he trotted past them on a long rein at the end, which for him is unbelievable. And we collected our plaque, which is obviously the main reason that I came. I have got the heater on. We also bought the electric blanket and our new light, which is, oh, it gets so bright. Isn't he cool? I think that's cool. But yeah, so I've got that. Drying out my hat too, because I won't lie, it got really sweaty too, and that's gross. And I've got a treat ball down here somewhere, because I'm going to take that round to him. He's had his dinner, as you'll have seen, and loads of hay really. I'd rather he had loads of hay and dragged it for his bed than he ran out. So he's got all of that, and yeah, so Mum's gone to fetch Chinese. I'm going to go down. He's wearing his cooler at the moment. I'm going to change him into his pyjamas. I just thought Mum had driven off with him, but they're driven off. But yeah, they're right there. So I'm going to go and change them, check that he's alright, and then leave him be for a bit to settle, because he gets quite fractious when you go back to him, and then when you leave, he just panics a bit. So I don't want to do it too much, but I don't want him to get cold either. So I'll go and sort those in a minute. Chinese for dinner. Woo woo. Oh, cozy. These little jammies. Good boy. Get off me. I am so cold. So cold. Are you cold? Milo? Are you cold? No? How are you? You're warm. I want to be warm like you. Good boy. Good boy. We just managed to arena walk, not one, but 2 arenas. He's so good. You're a good boy. Where are you? He's now moved on to eating breakfast. I'm so happy, I'm so relieved. Can't wait to do a test now, which might not be perfect, but it doesn't matter. And then we can just go home and we've had a great time. He's so good. Hi. Boy. Oh, so handsome. Boy. Look at that. Hand walking o'clock. While Mum clears out a bit of his bed. He's all plaited now. So handsome. Now we've just got to wait for your test. Good boy. Milo is plaited and hand walked now, and I am chilling back in front of the heater, waiting for my test. We're gonna have cake now, which Mum's been to get, and just chill really before we have to go and get ready. So I have just finished getting ready. Yeah, I feel really nervous all of a sudden. I don't really know why. Just checking out and plug the phone. Yeah, I don't really know why, because I'm not expecting it to go well, but equally I still want it to go well, somewhat. I'm just aiming to not fall off him and hopefully have a test where we're not galloping across the arena. That would be an ultimate win here. But yeah, I don't want to put any pressure on it. It is what it is. And I just need to ride what I'm sat on, rather than riding what I want to be sat on or think that I should be sat on. So yeah, that is my motivation for today.
Better light out here. I thought you was going to exit out the bloody door for that medium trot. Did you see it? It was amazing. Hopefully it wasn't that obvious though. I thought we were coming out. I came off myself.
First test is all done. He was actually really good. He tried really hard. He warmed up really nicely, went in, and he's just not there yet, which is fine. He was quite spooky at the A end, which is where we had the problem this morning, and where I don't now have my whip in the test. I never ride him with a whip, but I thought as a bit of backup this morning after a previous experience with Milo in an arena walk, I thought I would take a whip just in case, and it really helped, but obviously you can't take them into a championship test, so I didn't have it, and therefore he was just not listening to my leg, which made it really difficult to get him around that top part of the arena, but we're obviously not here to win anyway. So I just educated him, you know, made sure that he didn't get away with like I didn't just miss out half the arena. I made sure he went over and round the corner because he's not allowed to do that. And yeah, so then he was better at the end. He was better, but apparently the judges thought it was rubbish. What are you doing? Why is he so weird? But yeah, obviously the judges didn't think so because he got 59% combined. I don't know what each judge had him on, and I haven't seen the sheets, but anyway, we move, ready for the second one. Stable area all excavated and outside ready to go. Do it, but I like to have a few weeks to process and like reflect on what's happened at these shows, especially when they've not gone like 100% to plan, which this one probably went more to plan than I actually was expecting. He was good in his second test. I think I spoke to you after the first test. I've included the clips from both because I actually got some videos from both. The second test was better than the first test considerably. It was in a different arena. He definitely got more nervous going in by himself than he was in the arena walk with like all the other horses, but that is obviously going to take time for him to build that confidence and trust in himself and our partnership. So yeah, I was still really pleased with him. He was just quite spooky with the door, so we had like a change of leg in the medium, canter, and just a bit of like general sideways tension, like all of that sort of stuff because of that, but he was loads better. And that was obviously the novice. The first one that went quite badly wrong was the prelim. So he actually scored better in the novice. He got 61%. Point something, so I was really pleased with that, given that there was the mistakes and the tension and stuff, and that's obviously somewhere to work on. He's obviously got it all there. It's just getting his like brain to help him be able to do what he's possible of physically. Like, it's such a hard one with him, but it's a good learning experience. It's just his brain just stops him all the time. Like this, he just needs to find this relaxation in his brain so that he can relax in his body, and therefore everything then comes because he can do it. So he is quite frustrating in that aspect, but I am really proud of him. He was so good. We got some really nice pictures. And yeah, he was just all round really well behaved for him. Better than I expected. I was really pleased. He was not last in both classes. I think there were 4 or 5 people that had worse scores than him, which, given how bad his was, I did think he would be bottom of the pack. But anyway, he was not. So even on a very bad day, he is not that bad. A bit bad, but not that bad. And yeah, it's all there. The comments were really nice on the sheets, like saying that he did obviously have the potential, but it was just not there for that day. The tension just affected it too much. But yeah, we've come to accept those comments. We constantly work on them, but it is a very long, slow process with him, but we will get there. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it, coming along for his, what is hopefully the first of many stay away shows. And hopefully I will see you very soon for more.